Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Hopefully, I find you in a good energies. Hopefully, I find you. It's been a lot of intense energies, feeling it, particularly overnight. Uh, so a lot of buzz going on around. Hopefully, you are all good. You are fine, and would love to hear from you. I want to say thank you guys for everything that you're watching here. Things that are coming up, even not really today, but tomorrow, we're going to have a lot of shifts that's going to happen. But today, the energy is going to be about these communications to be understood, since the moon and the sun, they are both is going to be squaring Mars. That is talking about that internal energies of within you of what you're fighting with it, following the energies from yesterday. You may be looking at inside of you. There is a certain things that all of a sudden they are rising up, like they're asking you to act on those primary functions, those primary feelings, those I don't want to say primitive because that's going to sound bad in there, but this is the kind of like the first responses that we're getting within. So what happening today, it is about that this energy of when we're talking with others, pay attention to how you're talking to others. You're gonna be also talking from what? From within yourself. And here is when the intuition is trying to point things towards the authority, which the sun is, and the authority is trying to point to the things of the intuition. They're trying to telling to each other what the other should do. Here is that lesson of this oppositions of the gravities of the energies in there. Hopefully you understand it. It's going to be very beneficially for you in there. That if you pay attention to whatever the moon is and whatever the sun is, that is where your hardest lessons are. Okay. And that 180 degrees oppositions to. Of course, Pluto is more about your soul evolution. Saturn is about your limits and ability, capabilities to rise up for, and your desire to learning. Neptune is more about visions. In there, Jupiter is about more about the growth. Venus is about love and money. Mars is about your actions, while Mercury it is about the level of comprehensions, ability to comprehend and understand, and also communications. So, with that being said, in there we have Mercury. It's already keep moving forward. We have Venus right now. She's a stationary. Right now, she's like kind of standing by. I am preparing for launch to go back direct. Very beautiful energies in there. This is going to be the energies like I'm not taking any actions right now. I'm looking at to the divine, very powerful divine energies. But here is that conflict when you're beginning to tell others what you need to do. Pay attention that this is actually the one of the primary things that makes you concerned from within yourself. And if you tell the others what they need to do, how they need to do it, and what, or whatever it's the case, within you, take a look at how much do you know about the topic, how much you understand about it. Maybe they're not, maybe they're doing it in the base of their abilities and capabilities, or maybe you don't understand. You only understand half of the percent that you're accepting as a truth, and you don't know much in the depth over the situations. And this is about from within yourself. You're looking at that the energies of areas of me being born here and my direction. This is going to have a relationships with others. Okay, in a point that's going to lead to a codependency. So with that. Particular energies of overnight, we are going to be struggling with that energies throughout the day, even tonight overnight the energies that's going to be the part of the full moon. particularly when the full moon is after 11 o'clock in there, after midnight. We have a lot of internal fights that goes on from within us. So seeing it in there within yourself, you're gonna be looking at what are you fighting? What part of within yourself you're fighting from within yourself that lead to the fight with others. So pretty good evaluation times, those who does, and they are working on the evaluations, great energies. And here is the chart for in the morning. The moon it squares midheaven at Capricorn. It's opposing, beginning to opposing the sun. It is gonna be this energy of intensity that is gonna coming in with this. As she's going to approaching the boat Liliths now, the boat Liliths are kind of like a coming together. We are gonna see it this in 2 days, when the moon is gonna be joining them at Scorpio, and we're gonna see these energies there. Okay, you're gonna be going deep to investigate it. What kind of problems are these? Because you did not have the whole information. You had only the halfway. So that's what the moon halfway going around the zodiac sign. It's the full moon. Okay, that is it when the moon and the sun is at the full powers in itself. While the new moon and there it is when the sun and the moon they're basically more togetherness. They're not opposing. Okay, so when you're now opposing, you have the same energy, the same place from the sky. That's what the new moon is very powerful. It is about new lessons that it's begin, while the full moon it's more about facing the full oppositions of the challenges that we need to be. This is kind of like you going high. This is the highest point, and then you going low, going high, and you going low. Okay, but if you look at it, that energy high and low, we are evolved. If you pay attention on that energy, this can help you a lot within your life. All right, 8 o'clock. Pluto's going to be with the inner work, powerful energies with the emotions. The energies is going to come down. Those who are working on the spiritual path, you're going to be knowing the internal peace, the power of the peace that it's coming. You know something it's going to be orchestrated by the universe for those of you who are experiencing this energies in there. I was looking at for some very special equipment and I didn't have no responses in there, and didn't I tried to use it to buy used equipment instead of brand new. And today it was just all of a sudden I got a call, right? That here you can get this brand new for this kind of like a lower price, and there it's an offer for you. Somebody just called me out of the blue, right? Had a very good conversations, talking about energies, talking about things with the person, and it turns out to be beautiful. But that is when I allowed it 2 days ago. It's like if I don't have to have this machine with me, then that is okay. If I don't have these situations in there, that's fine. Universe, you know what to do. But the universe knows what to do. But it was requiring me from me. The one thing it is about to let it go. And when you let it go, if the universe has to be aligned with what you need to be, okay, during those intense energies times, the universe is gonna be making it happen. But the faith of that transformations, that power of the spirit, the power of the soul that is at that Pluto, you need to practice at that. And it takes a long time. Okay. See where is your Pluto is in your chart and how is correlated from within yourself with the rest of the planets, which you need to transform because it's got to be working together. All right, 9 o'clock, midheaven is going to be at Aquarius, very powerful energies with Jupiter. Hi, Jenny. Glad to see you here. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for being here. And these energies of Aquarius, a lot of the people kind of like are beginning to work on it, and some of the people are kind of beginning to don't like it because the old is disappearing. The new things is replacing it, and right now the people are beginning to exiting out. from this manipulative world, from this fake world. They want something what? Real. Okay. But at the same time, this energies is brings you in an Aquarius. You are more not here in the present and on the 3D level. You're somewhere out up in the sky, up in the galaxies, far, far away. Okay. You want to connect to the forest, right? And with those energies in there, particularly as a Pluto is right now, we are getting those upgrades. So pay attention with these upgrades because those upgrades they're going to be asking you for what? Expansion. But expansion where? We have the midheaven that is going to be trining Jupiter. The moon is trining Jupiter. Great energies within the air. All right. Everything is just all of a sudden you begin to understand and to feel. And there, this is the moments that you need to recognize where the expansion is. Your expansion is with others. You to resonate with the people who understand where you are going, not where you've been, where you are going. If you're acting of where you've been, you are beginning to follow within the victim mode. Where you are going, you're attracting the people they're going to help you to achieve what you're going to achieve, the things going forward. So this is a why what kind of like one of those energy with those intensity that it's actually is going to be a very powerful, particularly at work. There's going to be some kind of like let's take in a new approach. Let's take in a new ideas. Let's not sabotage things. Let's thinking about progress. Okay. Now that progress, it has to be what has to be absorbed. That progress, it has to be going through the yes, no, the positive, the negative. Before it's been approved and giving you the green light, which is that is a in there. And that Pisces energy is about when you seeing it like what is this project is gonna do? What is this situations is gonna happen? What is a this? It's gonna be going it forward. What are you gonna be giving the green light into it? And what is it the old ways is gonna stop? So there is a lot of kind of like a turmoil within the mental process. A lot of this energy is gonna be, but currently at that hour, the work, if you're in the inner work, if you are at work particularly, it's gonna be require you to what? To thinking out of the box. One thing that it's kind of like a to keep it in mind, it is like it's not about the waste of time. It is the waste of talent. So when you find your talent, don't waste the time to perform your talent. So this is one of those energies that's gonna come. And the next hour at 11 o'clock, we see that the midheaven goes with Venus. We talk about this beautiful trines that is gonna be made again in a few days between Mars and Venus in there. We are going to be seeing it in a while. That energy is also with Saturn, very powerful, learning, masculine experience. Great that all this is balanced with what? With Uranus and Taurus. Thank God Uranus and Taurus, it creates this balance with an Earth with the vibrations. You're like, okay, well, this guy wants to do that, or that guy wants to do that. There is this what's happening with me, and so on. I'm balancing it and balance it with the using it that Taurus energy is like, okay, I'm just gonna be here and I'm gonna be cutting the grass. I'm gonna be enjoying it myself. I'm gonna be self-supported. I'm gonna be creating the roof over my head, and I have to be independent because Uranus is giving you independence. Uranus is the one that it's like, here is the energy from this, and now I'm bringing it here. You innovate yourself. Okay. Taurus is very independent. All right. Taurus is very independent because they are stubborn constantly towards the progress. When they have something in their mind and they put in it as a as an agenda, that's what it's called, that blue eye. Okay. That's where they're focused. Everything else doesn't matter. Everything other things it doesn't matter. So when they have this in there, guess what? That's where they're going. And these energies of Uranus being there, it is helping us a lot with this. All right, 12 o'clock, midheaven, it's with Neptune. Beautiful visions. Okay, beautiful visions of the new future that it's going to be coming up towards us. A lot of this push, like, don't worry, a little bit more. Here is what is going to be coming in, but you have to work. Here it's what's going on, but you need to accept is not right now the moment. Why is not the moment? Venus is right now is not the moment. Venus and the Mercury have to come back into this new beginning. Right now, Mercury and Venus and Pisces are setting up our consciousness that comes in from the subconscious patterns that subconsciously we know what is right, but we haven't accepted within the consciousness. This is deep stuff, guys. And now with that deep energies in there, we are going to see that when you learning how to properly process those internal communications between subconsciousness and consciousness within you, and approve stuff, you're going to see how the Mercury is going to Aries is going to be like, let me connect with this. And all of a sudden, as soon as you connect with this, something's happening. If it doesn't happening, that's mean it does nothing have to happen. Or you have to do it with somebody else. And like when I was explaining you in my case with this kind of like equipment that I'm trying to get get familiar with it. All right. Next hour, 1 o'clock, midheaven is with the sun. That is at the beginning. That energies with the moon is gonna start feeling it. Okay, this energies with the moon, you're gonna start feeling it. Okay, now with that energy of squaring Mars and unhealed wounds, right now you're gonna be like, what I need to do. You pay attention that Jupiter is trining the moon. Jupiter is sextiling the sun. So if you grow up to that positions, you will understand the other side naturally. So this is how this relationships is gonna comes in. But since the true Lilith and the mean Lilith they are coming in together and they're shining these divine energies towards Pisces, that is when you put the shadow and the truth together and you put in it towards Saturn and Venus. This is where the soul it says like enough with this stuff. I'm looking at within the depth within me. There's gonna be some more stuff because I have no idea how much stuff I have under the rug. I don't have idea how many stuffs I need to deal with it. So I deal with one thing at a time. Okay. For some other people, that energy is going to be a very relieving because you are taking the truth out. It spoke with the people and so on and so on. For some other people, though, this is going to be like you're creating a hole from within you. Okay, because you're trying to dig in, but the more you're digging in, the bigger the hole. The more you're digging in, the bigger the hole that you cannot get out of it. And this is a one thing you need to be paying attention is that without the truth, you're not going to be able to get out. The truth is going to be your rope to get off out of the hole and don't even digging it up, but understanding what is your shadow. All right, next hour, 2 o'clock, midheaven is in Taurus. Talking about this Taurus, if you have anything in first degrees of Taurus, you feel this energies of Pluto that it says like when you're going to be start thinking with your soul about the material stuff instead of focus of this survival mode, is talking about this codependency, talking about this, like your job. Your job is damaging your spiritual and your emotional and your energy and your family life, but you continue hold on to this, and that's what Pluto is doing. Okay, some of the people, this is gonna be like a self guilt consciousness in there, but Pluto is like you need to take a different road. Okay, so this is a that squaring from those energies in there, and since the Lilith is going to be a squaring Pluto, some of the people is not going to be recognize this. They're going to be I'm okay in there. I can suffer through. I have to provide. I have to feed, and you have a lot of pressures in you, but you do not see this opportunity to get out of that pressure. And this is why this divine energy is there. They're actually going to be helping from the ascendant that it's going to be coming at Leo. That is it, the self growth. What you are going to make yourself to it. You see, all the self-made millionaires and so on, the self-made people, they have wanting agendas in there. I made myself first, I understand first, and I believe in me first. Okay. Apple began at the garage. A lot of the cars begin at the garage. A lot of the inventions begin into the garage because those people they believe in themselves. Question is, are you believe in yourself? This is going to be a very interesting moment. We are going to have a lot of divine energy starts coming up more and more as the ascendant is going into Virgo, divine order. Are you following the divine order? Are you following the energies? Okay. If you don't understand the energies, looking at within yourself and tries to feel the energies the way they are. To some other people, you are going to be like, I don't feel anything. They're not going to feel you like before. Something has changed. Yes, the world has evolved. No more of this um, things. And you're going to start seeing it that the people who seeing it that you can read them, what actually is going on from within them, they're just going to be like the aliens take him away. They're going to stay away from you. But there's going to be some people who understand that you can read them and it's going to comes in and help. Those are the people we're going to be looking for it. Because from those people, there's going to be a rising, healing, and so on. Because we're going to see it as the sun is joining Chiron. I am the healer. I'm wounded myself, but I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to create some war, but I'm going to heal from that war. And now, since the moon is going to be there, the intuition is going to be actually putting even more pressure to this point. Okay. All right. Next hour, 4 o'clock, we're seeing at the midheaven. It's going to be at Gemini. Ascendant is at Virgo. Same thing as the energies as yesterday. That I'm growing? Is that duality? Is that I'm going to be expanding? And I don't like this expansion. I don't see all this. I don't know how to organize. You don't know how to organize because you cannot organize yourself if you are going. If I put you 2,000 or 3,000 years ahead from now, and you have telepathic abilities, you know that you cannot lie, you know that you have to go ahead and work from different belief system, that you're dealing with the people with different race uh, compared to the humanity up here, and you're out of the space, you're traveling with a supply engines and so on, but I put you from today's point to that. How is that going to be able to you to organize yourself living like that? You won't be able to. You're gonna have a lot of things to go and overcome, and it's like why it's so hard, and what is it this, and what is it that, and that organizations is hard. You're gonna face this, but to facing it, you're beginning to understand it. It's the same way it is that when the humans facing a certain challenges, they create something. Okay, they create something. And that creations begin to be helpful, maybe not in the right way at the first time, but then they recreated new things. They recreate and hear how we end up from the caves living in the houses. Okay. Those houses are warm up, they have electricity, they have a hot water, and so on and so on. So we see that all those organizations that comes in with that Virgo, but you have to what facing it. The next hour, 5 o'clock, you're gonna facing the past. Okay, one way or another, you're going to be facing the past. And there, Venus right now, it's with these beautiful divine energies towards Saturn and Venus, and the North Node is going to beginning to point out a lot. We have the ascendant that it's with the South Node. Midheaven is with Jupiter. Some people will grow, some people will not, and it's okay. You should be feeling okay with it's happening and it's not happening. There is a growth and there is no growth as long as you want evolve. You know that you're evolving. Because if something is not for you, that's not for me. If something is for you, it's coming naturally. Boom, I'm in balance. I'm okay. I'm in the flows with the energies. Okay. I'm in my boat. I'm on the river of life and I'm paddling from one side to another side, to one side to another side, and I'm balancing my boat. Okay. And you're going to be coming into these places. Okay. From the river. Yeah, it's going to be up and down and so on. But there is going to be some times when at the end a river of life, it's going to be that beautiful lake, peaceful. And that's what you are. You looking at that lake. First, you have to be what? The lake from within you. All right, on next hour, 6 p.m. Ascendant, it's going on to Libra, mid Kevin. It's in Cancer. This energy it's been familiar to you. A lot of this relationship begins to triggers, but it's everything. It is about Pluto. Have you been changed? Have you been transformed? Mid Kevin is divine energies with Pluto. Ascendant is a trines with Pluto, right? Pluto creations, the 1% of the populations is have real abilities and capabilities to change. 1%. When they look at statistics about the change from 100 people, okay, 55 was not even interesting of change. 55, okay. 40 of those, the rest of the people, that means that's 95 already. 40 of the people, they were willing to change. 4 people is going to be start going in the road of change, and only one of them is actually will be the change. So if you take a look at it, we have kind of like a pretty much okay within that situations as right now. But those people who brings the change until they become that, okay, you have to go and see a lot of this energies in there. All right. And you have to work on yourself to be, because it's easy to talk, but it's hard to be. All right. 7 o'clock, the energies intensified. We talked about last night about these energies of 8 o'clock. You're going to be seeing it even right now. That energy is beginning to piles up. The full moon begins to create these wars. Now, right now, everything that you don't like about relationship and self and the family begins to all of a sudden boiling. Okay. And start boiling. And the first time you're beginning to feel it, all those energies, but this anger kind of like begins to emerge. But if you're matured from within yourself, if you grow within yourself, you know how to talk and communicate, none of this is going to be happen because you're not going to put the water to boil. You're not going to allow it to come to this point. But you're going to know at this moment what to do and how to react in there. And this is what we're talking about the 8 o'clock. The divine is going to comes in and helps you out and all the way to not do stupid mistakes, to not create these situations, to not be so finger pointing towards partner, to look at it first within yourself, to understanding the energies of that growth, right? And when you're in a relationship, you see in it this, because in there, in the relationships, that shows up your true self. And now, since we have this full moon that it's going to be at Libra, which is relationships, with the sun being Aries, which is I am, okay? Now, this energy is beginning to shows up. But with Mars has been squared, and with the Pluto that has been in that positions with Lilith, now we're seeing it how all this unresolved shadow with the self comes out through the relationships. Okay. All the weaknesses, all the things, and they just come out. And when they comes out, what are you gonna be doing next? You're gonna be investigating it. You're gonna be looking at it. Okay? And when you look at those energies, the best thing is gonna come that your soul is gonna be learning. As we see this beautiful yacht that is going to be made from Uranus, the North Node, the Saturn, Venus, Mercury, all this pack, you will see that purpose. Because the purpose is what? The relationship. Okay. How valuable you are your relationship. But the value within the relationships brings the value with who? With the oneself, the way you are made. Okay. You are born that way. But you have to look at the energies of Leo to make yourself what you want to be. And that's what the Leo's energies is, the growth, the fire, the growth that it comes in. We're gonna see when a Mars comes in. So some of the people is gonna be destructive, some of the people are gonna be creative, balanced. All right, 9 o'clock will be coming in. Oh, by the way, just to heads up, these energies of 8 o'clock about tomorrow, here is it's gonna be even more intensified. Okay, so if you're able to hold on today, you have to go through it tomorrow as well. Okay, so this is why I said in the yesterday's report, this energies is going to be pretty much for about 3 days. Nobody likes the anger, Jenny. I don't like it either. Okay, but when I look at it within, there is a righteousness anger that you're like, okay, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna fix this thing, and I'm gonna do it right. But to be angry at somebody else, to be a codependent somebody else, and you to demand the things from the somebody else. Now this is not the right anger. Okay. So that deep transformations is gonna be coming from what? Pluto is opposing Mars. Okay. So this is gonna be this energies of 8 p.m. That you're gonna be feel. um Proper things is gonna be happening. Don't worry about a lot of the things, as long as you see what you and you have a very honest conversations with your partner about what's going on from within you. You don't blame your partner, you don't shame your partner, you don't guilt trip them. Those are narcissistic behaviors. Okay, and you don't say like, "Oh, I need you because I can't be without you," and so on and so on. You're looking at yourself, but you say, "You know what? I see my limitations. I see the areas of concerns that I need to look within me. I want to share these things about it. I can feel these pressures that it's built within us. Can we sit down and talk about it to resolve them?" That is going to be a Jupiter growth, because Jupiter is going to send that energies to where? To the Sun and Chiron. You're going to feel by doing this, you're going to be able to healing a lot of wounds. Those going to be a karmic wounds. Those is going to be the earth wounds and so on and so on. You're going to be feeling and healing paradigms that has been falling off with trauma and the trauma, and a trauma passing through generations to generations to generations. Beautiful thing. But the hardest thing is doing it on your own. All right, 9 o'clock, we seeing it, what's gonna happen with this Liliths. They're coming in together as squaring Mars. You're not gonna like it when you find certain truths. You see, when your partner shows up their truths and they're asking you for your truths, which is they already know in a way, would you be honest with them? Okay. So, Jenny, if you have no partner, let the universe. If you are ready, the universe will deliver. As long as you are ready, you fix your own issues so you don't repeating the issues from the previous relationships. Otherwise, you're kind of like stuck in this. Fix your own stuff, and there. Otherwise, you're gonna be damaging a partner with the wounds that you don't heal within yourself. Because wounded people, wounding people, and that is gonna be one of the energies that we're gonna be seeing. It. Some of the people gonna wound people just because they are wounded. That is the bad side of all this Libra areas situations in there. Particularly Mars has been, and Cancer, it's going to be a lot of family turmoils in there. But that's it's for a normal 3D people. For us who are spiritual, evolved, we should see in it the energy that brings in a totally different way. Like limitations comes for we to work within ourselves to understand and be aware of other consequences of the actions we do. And that's what the Mars is right now working with Saturn to pass through these limitations of this human-based existence that it has been piled up in there because you choose to understand, to be aware of the consequences. You choose to understand and not choose to act like, shoot first and think later. No, you think what the consequences will be, what kind of karma you're going to be developing, what kind of patterns you are healing at. Growth, growth, guys. So we're going to have a lot of divine energies that's going to comes in. Mid-Kevin, it's going to be with the divine energies with Pluto. The moon, it's 21 degrees right now within Libra. It's about 2 degrees from the full moon. Actually, it's just going to happen during midnight, and that energy is going to be some intensified. You're going to feel in it in there, particularly with Mars. Mars wants to fight. Mars wants to go. He's the warrior. Don't bring the things in the bedroom. Don't fight with your partner. Period. Okay. Leave the weapons outside of the house. Okay. You should keep them someplace else. These desires to fight, these desires to create all this, or these desires for being right. Okay. Cannot be right. There is no right or wrong. There's only evolve. So at 11 o'clock, we see that the midheaven is going to be with the south node, but the ascendant together with Mars, it's pointing out down the energies they are at Pisces. This is the moments when a lot of the consciousness and the subconsciousness is going to be coming in together. With all these precious energies that it's coming from Virgos towards all those pack of energies, those energies they're going to be shooting at the moon is going to be like, here is the divine point, the divine work you need to do. So that divine work, if you take a look at it, the yacht, it's pointing where you need to be focused, to focus on your intuition. But the yacht also said, look at the middle point. What is your actual job should be? And you see there is the authority, is the sun. Okay. So basically you have to work it out on yourself because the authority can authorize where the intuition and what kind of intuition you're going to listen. The human-based intuition or the intuitions that it's advanced based out of the soul. You're going to understand this. Your spiritual intuition is like, oh my God, I cannot do this because I remember in the scriptures they say this, and this. Okay. So that's what is going on. So with that being said, I'm going to give you a 1 more hour. This is going to be at midnight. That is going to be when the moon pretty much is going to be approaching the sun. The moon is going to be at 22 degrees, 43 minutes in there with facing the 23 degrees, 17 minutes the sun. And we see the oppositions, we see the divine energies. Some of you during the midnight maybe going to have a hard time sleeping in there because everything with this consciousness and all those energies that it's going to comes in. It's going to be trigger 1 o'clock, even the midheaven is going to be exactly with the moon. And you see this yacht, but you see this divine energies towards the node, Saturn, and Venus. Okay. That's what we need to be. That's what we are going to be looking at in there. But it is about to understand. You are authorizing. You're going to be acting on the spirit, on the energies of the spirit within you, or you're going to be acting on the energies of survival mode and a physical plane of existence. Okay. Because later on, when you do some damages in the physical plane of existence, your soul is not happy. Your soul is like you created another karma. You created another bullshit. You created another situations is in there. Now I have to come back and drag again up here to heal things with these other people compared to you could have acting from a soul and do this, and this. Okay? You guys know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Uh, Never stop sharing. Do you? Well, I'm doing my best to it. Facilitating humility leads to maturity, not acting. Linguistic emotional changes also to doubt, thoughts, and actions. Exactly. Okay, guys. So that's what I have for you today. I want to say thank you guys for coming in and watch and listen and commenting in there, sharing the likes and the subscribes. Hopefully, the channel is going to be growing more and more, and we're going to be able collectively, me and you guys, together as a listener in there to help bring these people, get down to one out of 100 to get and makes the change and have a better life here. Because you are that one person, it's going to be the example for the rest. But we cannot change the rest of the 95%. Okay, we can. Everyone has the individual part to change. Okay, guys. So that's all I have for you. Thank you. Thank you for the blessings. Appreciate it, Jenny. Thank you so much. And guys, I will see you tomorrow. Wish you good luck and be loved.